What's going on, y'all? It's GumGum TCG here, back again with another Market Watch Tuesday. That's right, we had another video out yesterday, so if you haven't gotten to check that out, check out my undefeated Hody Jones list right above my head here or down in the description below. And yeah, we had some exciting stuff come out last week. A couple new leader reveals for OP08. Some not so good, but some really good. And those really good ones are going to be our new Marco leader and our new King leader. Both of those have crazy high potential. So today we're going to be taking a look at a bunch of cards that can fit into those decks well, decently well, really well, stuff like that. Things that I've talked about before, and kind of looking at how the market reacted to it and seeing the buyouts and everything like that. But before we get into that, I want to shout out Dueling Guard. If you haven't heard of Dueling Guard, they make the highest quality anime-inspired TCG accessories such as deck boxes, binders, and playmats. And if you haven't seen them, the quality is top tier. They spare no expense, and I'm telling you, if you haven't checked them out before, definitely go do yourself a favor and check them out. They also have sleeves now. So if you haven't checked out their Dragon Slayer sleeves, make sure to check those out. They're the highest quality sleeves. They're the only sleeves I use, and I will never go back to anything else. So go check out the link in my description below. Use code GumGumTCG to get yourself a discount at checkout. What? You haven't heard of Dueling Guard? Dueling Guard is the best TCG accessory company on the market. They have high quality deck boxes, binders, and playmats made for people who enjoy playing and collecting trading card games in style. They have tons of designs based off of fan favorite animes such as One Piece, Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist, and many more. They hit the ground running earlier this year, making high quality TCG accessories with beautiful designs that have sold out many times. So if you haven't picked up any of their products, make sure to do so before they sell out again. I have a few deck boxes and playmats from them already and can attest to how they don't cut any corners when it comes to quality, performance, and design. I highly recommend their products and use them every time I play cards. Be sure to check the description below for a link to their site and use code GumGumTCG for a discount at checkout. Alright, y'all, so without further ado, let's go ahead and look at EZO, Psych, Whitebeard Pirates. Yeah, pre-release Whitebeard Pirates. This did not take a hit at all. This didn't do anything. Market didn't care. Market didn't react. It has another uncommon print that's only like 15 cents. So definitely something to grab. You know, this is a good event card. It's fine. EZO's a little better because you can grab any Whitebeard card other than EZO. So definitely something better. These are also only 25 cents. Didn't get impacted at all. Just go ahead and grab these now. 25 cents. You know, rares don't usually go too much, but like we've definitely seen them at like $3, $4, or $5 before. So yeah, I'd go ahead and grab these now at 25 cents. Nothing crazy there. Next we have Seaquake, another one that people really targeted because the leader effect really goes well with this. If you haven't checked out those new Marco and King leader effects, definitely make sure to go check those out. You should be able to find those somewhere on the internet. But basically, the Marco leader effect goes Dawn times 1. You get to draw a card and then put a card from your hand on the top or bottom of your deck and then give something minus 2k power for the turn. So that makes Seaquake pop a 5 or less, a 5k or less, which is crazy. People are calling Marco the new Sakazuki, and I do think that that's kind of true. It's really, really strong, and there's a lot of cards that you can manipulate with that leader effect to get that really big advantage. Seaquake being one of those. Seaquake is incredibly powerful for one Dawn with that leader effect. So people tried to buy this out. You see the spike here. I mean, it went up 10 cents, but like people were buying, I mean, I'm talking like massive quantities of this, like 40, 50 copies up at a time, 37, 40, 47, 25, 32, 56, 33, 58. People were trying to clean up the market and manipulate it to be more than $1, and it just didn't happen. There was too much of this sitting around. Still 200 listings, as low as 10 cents. That's Japanese. Lowest is 20 cents. So like, it's fine. People were trying to manipulate it. Didn't really work. Same with Marco. Like, people tried buying these out as well. It's a little more expensive. It's $1.50 a copy. So if you don't have these, I would say grab them now. One thing to be wary about with all of these cards, though, we are getting reprint structure decks for a few different leaders, and we're going to have a lot of these cards in those decks. None of them are confirmed, but we're getting a Newgate deck. I would be very shocked if Marco Blocker is not in the Newgate deck. I mean, there's a couple things I could see not getting included, maybe like the 5-cost Marco, but Marco Blocker definitely going to be in there. Jozu going to be in there. Even Ninebeard will probably be in that deck. So be cautious when you're buying some of this stuff. Know that we are getting reprints down the line. They're just all not confirmed. However, it is a fully constructed playable deck. Like, these are probably going to be some of the best starter decks to come out, just being reprints, but that being the case, $1.50 for this Marco isn't a bad price. This is a really good card. However, if you want to step that up a little bit, you do have the promotion pack Marco, which is more like $4. These did take a little spike as well. I mean, they were like $2.50, but nothing special. It's a common printing. It's not a rare, and it has a different background. He's a little more zoomed in. It does look pretty cool. I've seen it in person, but if you really want to have something special, I'd recommend getting the alt. These have gone up though. These are like $40 when they were sitting more at like 25. I mean, even lower than that before, like $20 when the red bands were out and red was kind of taking a decline. So, yeah, good card to have. I don't know if 40 is the right price. I might wait, see if these go back down a little bit. You know, it's all just market hype right now. Same with this Marco 5 cost. Like, this one really shot up, like, compared to most of the rest of the cards. This one went crazy. It went from $8 all the way to 15, about doubled in price in like an hour. So I would honestly probably not pick these up for 15. I'd wait. It's already starting to dip a little bit. I'd see if I could grab these for lower than that, maybe $10 a copy. You might be able to get these off of friends at locals, something like that. But 15's a little high for this card. The alt really shot up as well. These were $25, shot all the way up to like 50 in a day. They're still up at 45. I probably wouldn't pay that as well. I'd wait to see these dip again. And then we also have the new Japanese first anniversary set one, which is $125. There's only a couple listings though. People are just starting to get these hands on them after pre-ordering a while ago. So I'd wait for listings. I mean, there's not even a sale yet. We're 3 sellers, 1 verified. Like, I would wait on these if this is the one that you're wanting. So definitely just hold off on that. Next, we have Newgate, which also had a little bit of a spike, just a few dollars. Went from like 12 to 17, so about $5 spike. People started buying these up as well. Definitely a really good card to have. Combos people were talking about is like Sanji into Newgate, and you can stack that Newgate off your leader effect, which makes this really good. You can also play Sanji Marco, or Sanji Ace, Sanji Jozu, whatever. Like, the whole deck can probably be played off of Sanji. We haven't gotten all the reveals though, so like that's one thing people aren't considering is the blue wipe your pirate cards. Those are probably going to be a little more defensive, a little more disruptive, and a little bit more blue oriented, you know, getting to stack your deck. We did get a Porkis the Ace reveal, and that card looks at the top card of your deck, and if it's a 4 or less Whitebeard pirate, it plays it for free, I'm pretty sure. So that's really strong. But yeah, so I'd say also when you're considering this stuff, definitely think about the cards that we haven't gotten revealed. You know, we do know there is another Newgate card coming. It is on the official pack art for OPO8, and my theory, my hypothesis for that card is it's going to be a high cost blue Newgate, maybe a 10 cost that bottom decks something, something like that. But we never know. We can never be sure. So just keep all that stuff in mind, that there are reprints coming, that there are other cards coming, so that might impact how the deck is built and played. But Newgate, definitely something to have in your back pocket. Really strong card. The alt didn't see too much of a spike. I mean, maybe $10. People have these lowest listings for like 55. Not too bad. We've definitely seen this higher. I mean, like over a year, like the highest was 90 at one point. So he's definitely been higher, but we'll really have to see how these lists develop. Same with the SP. Like, this has been higher than this now, at like 70. But these are more expensive than Chestbeard because it's an SP, I guess. I don't know. I hate this artwork. It's terrifying. Bro looks like he literally is dying in this photo. And yeah, I don't like it at all. But people are paying more for it. You could have gotten these both at the same price right before the announcement. So one other card to consider is Jozu. If you don't have Jozus, I'd recommend picking this up because this is one of the better 2Ks for the archetype, and definitely one of the more playable 2Ks that are in the game, you know, being one that has a rush capabilities. Maybe able to close out a game randomly with it. Very strong, and it's searchable. So if you don't have Jozus, I'd recommend picking them up. Dollars aren't bad, but for extra 20 cents, 50 cents, you can get the Judge ones. I'd recommend grabbing these Judge ones. That's what I'm going to get. I don't have Jozus. I might have like a couple sitting in my bulk, but like I'm going to grab these Judge ones because they're $1.50. Just 50 more cents for something a little bit cooler, in my opinion, is worth it. And then we also have the championship part promo, which I didn't even know this was a thing. Yeah, I didn't even know this was a card. I didn't know they did this. So this is like $10. These didn't get touched at all, which is surprising to me. Some people are starting to buy them, but nothing crazy. So definitely something to consider there. But if you really want to ball out, you have the Treasure Cup Championship one at $300. We didn't look at the other championship ones, but like I just had to point this one out because I didn't know this one was one either. Next, we got Ace, just a really strong card. This did see a big spike as well, being able to give those big minuses, and then your leader effect giving minus, you can make something minus 5k in that turn. Really, really strong. Definitely something to look out for. These spiked up like $10. Your lowest near mint is $12 now. Yeah, I'd say maybe see if these dip again and pick them up, because Ace is a card that you're going to want to have if you're going to want to play Marco. The Parallel also saw a little bit of a spike, about $15. This one's always been pretty pricey though. Like, lowest it's ever been is $33, which is pretty good for an alt. Like, it was high at like 90 back in January, so I never ended up picking these up. But if you have these, you're sitting okay. And then we have the Manga. This is plateaued. I mean, it's like $1,200. This hasn't moved. Last sale was on 3.7 for $1,600. So there's that. But last card I want to talk about for Marco is Sanji. So, like I said, people are talking about Sanji combos. Being able to stack the deck with your leader effect is really, really strong, and it only costs you 1 Dawn. Then you play Sanji and play whatever you stacked. That's really good. Really, really good. And Sanji took a big spike the other day, going from like a $12 to $15 card all the way up to like 25 at the highest I saw it. And now he's calmed back down a little bit, back at like 22 for your lowest verified, which isn't bad. But I'm going to be honest with you. If you don't have these, I'd buy them now. That's my advice. I'm not giving, this isn't financial advice, not a financial advisor, but this is a card that is going to be played in blue for a very long time, and it's very good, and it's a secret rare. So I would definitely grab these. $20 is not a bad price at all. This card's very, very strong. Then we have the alt, which was at like $40, and then the leader got revealed and it shot back up to like 70. Your lowest near mint's now like 64, which I wouldn't pay for that. I'd wait for these to calm down a little bit more. I do see this coming back down a little bit, but I would definitely go ahead and grab the secret rares because I think that's worth it. All right, y'all, and now let's go ahead and talk about some cards for King. So King, being a purple-black Animal Kingdom type leader, gives it some room for some really cool stuff. I'm pretty sure the leader effect is Dawn -2. You can give something -2 cost or draw a card. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, but it's a decent leader effect, and having the Animal Kingdom Pirates typing lets you play with some really cool cards like 10-drop Kaido and Onigashima Island. So first off the bat, we're going to talk about Tournament Pack Kaido. Not Tournament Pack, Structure Deck Kaido, 9-cost Kaido, Rush Kaido, Big Kaido. This being able to pop a 6 or less, when you use this in combination with cards that minus, making it able to pop other stuff, like if you have a Kuzan on the field and you attack with Kuzan and give -4, then play this, you pop a 10 or less. That's any card in the game. That's insane. So I definitely think Kaido's a pickup for right now. If you don't have these, you're not wanting to spend a lot of money, grab these tournament pack ones. These are 30 cents, and I always preach about people grabbing these up. Your tournament pack cards, I mean, you get them for entry at locals. A lot of people grab them, and then after a couple weeks, at least at my locals, after a couple weeks, they just leave them on the table, or they will just let them go. Like, they will just give them to me for free. Like, I just scoop them up. I mean, sitting on a couple of these and then they go up later down the line when people need them is just something good to watch out for. I definitely like picking up the tournament pack cards. 30 cents, you can't beat that. 50 cents for, I mean, $2 for a playset is not bad at all. Then you have the winter pack one, and it's pretty good as well, being only $8. That's a really nice price for something shiny that says winter on it. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad price at all. And it's been going down for a while. I don't see it going past $10 ever. So yeah, I think that's another nice printing of that. Personally, if it was me and I didn't have a playset, I'd grab the foil versions of the structure deck print. This did have a print in the revision pack in 02, so you have to watch out when you're buying these that you make sure you buy the foil version or the near mint version. So if you want the common, you buy the near mints. If you want the foil, you buy the near mint foil. Definitely watch out for that when you're buying these. A lot of cards have this revision pack printing, and you don't want to buy them and get disappointed by having the wrong version shipped to you. So watch out for that. But I would personally pick up the hollow structure deck versions. I like those a lot. If you like a little more bling or a little more price to that, you can get the super pre-releases for about $6. I'm not a huge fan of super pre-release, but there are a couple times where I will recommend them. This is not one of those times. I say just grab the regular structure deck ones. Wanted posters. If you're a collector and you've been trying to get your hand on wanted posters for a while, this is a good time to buy this Kaido because right now it is like really, really low. It was like 90 bucks a couple months ago, and now it's like half that price. So your lowest near mint being 45 bucks, I don't think that's a bad price at all. If you're liking a max rarity, this is your highest version of 9 cost Kaido. I'd grab it now at 45. That's the biggest dip we've seen in a while. Next, we have 10 cost Kaido. So, 10 cost Kaido hasn't seen a lot of play since Purple Kaido back in like 01 and 02 format. And yeah, it just doesn't have a good home. And now it does. This card's bonkers. And being able to play it in a good purple black leader where you can also play black cards that can't get KO'd by effects, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. This card's crazy, man. People are already theorizing on some cards that you can play with this. And I mean, this did see that spike. It was $2. Now it's like $6. So if you don't have these, I would, I'd grab them now. We've seen it before with Romance Dawn, Supers, and Alts just go to the moon overnight. And especially once we see more of these cards come out, like I could see some Animal Kingdom Pirates cards coming out that cannot be KO'd by effects. Maybe another Kaido, for instance. And yeah, if that's the case and you can drop that and then drop this the next turn and you're just left with big bodies, you're winning. Like, it's really strong and hard to beat. So I definitely grab these now before they go up anymore. You could give it a couple days, see if they go back down, but I don't think $6 for a super from Romance Dawn is bad. Next, we have the alts. So 30 bucks is really cheap for this shit. Like, I'm just being honest with you. I would grab the alts if you're a max rarity player and you're wanting to play shiny. Your lowest near mint is going to be $28.44 with $5 shipping. So you're looking about like $33, $34, which is not bad for a Romance Dawn alt. Like, I'm just being honest, if you're an alt player, you like that stuff, you want to play this deck, and you're wanting to play this 10 cost Kaido, I would grab this at $30. That's not a bad price at all. Especially compared to like some of the other Romance Dawn alts. We'll just take a look real quick. I mean, we're talking 270, 120. Of course, those are your waifus, and then Zoro, Yamato, Kid being an $85 card, Mihawk being a $75 card, Law being a $70 card, Dofi being a $65 card, even Sanji being $40. Like, 30 bucks for that is not bad at all, in my opinion. Next, we got King from the starter deck as well. This is not a bad one at 250. With your leader effect being able to pop, what, I guess a 6 or less. That's really not bad for 6 Dawn. It's not great, but it could be worse. It could be better. It's fine. I don't think this is a bad card to have copies of, but just do be wary of buying the near mint versus the near mint foil, because this would have the revision pack printing. Yeah, I think this card's fine. I think there's better cards you can play, though, so just something to keep in mind. Then there is the super pre-release version. Just get the regular one, man. Next, we got the Romance Dawn King, which is what some people call the original Lucci, being able to KO a 3 or less and a 2 or less, with your leader effect being able to KO, I guess, a 5 or less and a 2 or less, or a 3 or less and a 4 or less. That's not bad. That's pretty dang good. And then, I mean, of course, you can play your other good cards in there, your Black Navy cards and your cost reduction cards to get those other cards down more, making this more of an effective card. Not bad at all. Being a 7K body, it's just like, it's fine, but like Rob Lucci just does it better. Being a 4 cost 6K and then it pops a 2 and a 1, like this is just a 3 and a 2 instead. So it's going to be preference. It's going to be debatable, and there's going to be a lot of back and forth on it. But I do think Lucci is the better option. However, if you don't have these and you are wanting to play them, I'd maybe give this a day or two. This is going to calm down. People are going to realize that this was not the right buy and just to play Lucci. But it is searchable. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I do see this coming down back to like more like $2 than $4. Like your lowest near mint is what, $250? Yeah, I mean, it's already starting to calm down a little bit. I'd just wait on this. Same with the alt. Like, it just spiked. I mean, this card's been super cheap multiple times. It's lowest at like $10 before. Yeah, $10 is like crazy. And I think it's fine. Like I said, I just feel that Rob Lucci's a little bit better. So if it was between this or the Kaido, I'd buy the Kaidos. I'd buy the Kaidos all day. Onigashima Island. This is the super pre-release version at like $9. This spiked as well. I mean, your super pre-release version was super cheap. Like, we're talking $1. And then it started to creep up when we got announcements of a King Leader. Didn't get the reveal. Like, it started to creep up more and more. But before that, it was just $1, and now it's like $8, $9. So if you had these, I'd move them now if you can. If you have a TCG account, just sell them on here, get rid of them. Like I said, I'm not a big advocate for super pre-release cards because here you have the common version that's 25 cents, and we're getting another print of this. If you haven't seen it, there's a premium Bandai folder, binder, whatever coming out that comes with like 9 cards again, and Island is one of them, and I'm not sure when we're getting it, but that does look really nice. So if you're wanting like max rarity or something like that, that's going to be your next best choice. I'd probably wait for that and grab that, but in the meantime, definitely go ahead and grab these quarters. I mean, this is just a quarter, literally. So cheap. Just grab that. Next, we got Queen, and Queen's on a little bit of a dip right now. It was more on a dip, like a couple weeks ago, like 25 bucks, which was the good time to pick up Queens. Queen just being such a good generic card, but yeah, I do see this getting a reprint eventually, probably in the Luffy deck or in the One Piece the Best set. So watch out for that. You know, paying 30 bucks for these and then getting a reprint does feel a little bad, but we have time before that reprint. Like you have like 6-7 months before that stuff happens, so it won't feel too bad. But it has started to go back up at like 30 bucks now. Like I said, I'm not a big advocate for super pre-release, but in my personal opinion, if you're gonna buy these, just get the super pre-releases because they're only like $1 difference, and yeah, that could make a difference down the line. So I'd just grab the super pre-releases if you're thinking about buying Queens. Just the $1 difference there makes a lot. I just don't like it when it's like a big difference, you know, like a 25-cent card to a $9 card. I think the Queen is a lot more reasonable, only being $1 difference. Next, we got Smoker. So these are going to be some of the cards I think are good to consider for playing in the deck as well. Smoker being one that cannot be KO'd by effects, so you stick this on the field, drop your Kaido, and then bang, this thing sticks on the field. Then, if there's a character with 0 on the field, when you attack with it, it gains 2,000 power for the turn. So, if you do play a version that has a lot of minusing cost, like say you have a big Kuzan on the field or something like that, this can get big. Don't really know how much that's going to be played, but just being able to play a body that cannot die is pretty cool. And then same with the Structure Deck Smoker, which I would go ahead and pick these up before they go any higher. $1.75, $2 a piece isn't bad. This card's really, really strong. If you do happen to get against a character that has 0, this gains double attack. That's good. You drop the Kaido on the field, you're still left with the 7k body. That's really good. Yeah, I like that a lot. So I'd probably grab these now. Next, we got Borsalino. Now, this can be KO'd on your turn, so be wary of that. But I wanted to talk about this because Borsalino is still on a high right now. And I just wanted to say, if you're not playing with your Borsalinos and you have your Borsalinos, sell them now while they're $50. That's my personal opinion. If I had extras, I'd move them now. It's not going to go up anymore. It's only going to go down. We're going to get a reprint eventually, and I don't want you to miss out because you waited too long to move this. So trade it, sell it, move it, get rid of it if you're not playing it. If you're playing it, hold on to it. It's whatever. But if you're not playing it, move it. Same with the alt. Like, if you're not playing these, I'd move them. But if you're playing with them, like, for me, my only playset of Borsalinos is this alt art version. I'm not going to move it. I'm just going to hold on to it. I don't want to go through the struggle of trying to find someone that wants to upgrade and trade their supers for my alts. And then also just dealing with that. I'd just rather hold these. When the reprint comes, it comes. I got these when they were like 40 bucks back like a year and a half ago. Like, it's fine. But if you have these and it's just sitting in your binder as trade bait, move it. Like, do your best to get rid of it now. And if you're just not playing them, just get rid of them. High price, and you want to capitalize on that. Now, Fukuro is a blocker that you can play in that King deck. Drop your 10-drop Kaido, and it will still live. So that's really cool. This cannot be KO'd by effects. You know, you're playing against Lucci, you're playing against Moria, stuff like that. They cannot get rid of this card. Even Marco, they cannot get rid of this card unless they bottom deck it or bounce it back to your hand. So that's really cool, and it can live through your Kaido. So definitely a card to consider, especially for 8 cents. Not bad. If you want a little something special, the new tournament pack printing of this is about $1. That's not too bad, but the winter pack version only being like $6.50. I really like that price. It's only going down too, so if this continues to go down and you can get these for lower than $5, I'd grab them because this is going to be your highest rarity version. I mean, I guess you can have this pre-release one that's $11, but this looks cooler. It's foil, and then we're also getting another full art version in a premium Bandai that comes out a premium Bandai set that comes out in August, I believe. So this is going to be your next best bet, because that premium one is going to probably be like 20-30 bucks because it came in that binder. But if this goes below $5, I wouldn't mind grabbing these. I think that's not a bad buy. It's a 1,000 counter, 3 cost blocker that cannot die. So really, really good. Next is Kuzan. Like I said, these cards are just really good. Kuzan's going to be really good in the King deck, and it's just a really good card. So I'd say if you don't have Kuzans, it might be a good time to pick them up while they're 20 bucks, because they're only climbing from here. Like in the middle of March, they were like 15, but everybody's starting to play them in Moria and Saka, and it only sees more play as the time goes on. This card just being walking Ice Age almost is just crazy strong. So I guess it's one less than Ice Age, but you know what I'm saying, man. Like, come on. You also get a draw card, too. Like, this card is just really, really good. And if you're not playing your Kuzans, now might be the time to move them, too. Like, it's at a good price. 25 bucks for your lowest verified. You can get your money out of these and get rid of them. If you got the alts, I'd recommend just holding them. Like, they're chilling. But I probably would just hold on to them unless you're not playing. Like, if you're not playing them, move them. If you are playing them, hold them. And then we have the 10 cost Kuzans. This is another secret rare that I'd say maybe pick up now. I do see it getting a reprint in the One Piece The Best set, but that Sanji, I don't see getting a reprint in there. I feel like it's too new, and I feel like they're going to reprint all the old ones, like 1 through 5, sets 1 through 5 secret rares. So, Kuzan, I could see getting a reprint. Sanji, I could not see getting a reprint. So be cautious. This is a decent card. Will it see play? Maybe, maybe not. It's 10 cost. It's high. It blows up on your Kaido. Like, I don't know. It's a little iffy, but I could see this card being better one day. And then we also have the alt, which is also 30 bucks. So if you like your alts, I'd recommend grabbing the alt for 30 bucks. That's really cheap for right now. One of the cheapest it's been for a while. Right below, yeah, I mean, this is like next to as cheap as it's been ever. So 30 bucks ain't too shabby. But that's all I have for you today on the Market Watch Tuesday. Definitely be sure to subscribe and like the video if you haven't already. Helps me out a lot, helps other people see these content and these videos. If you haven't checked out my other content, go check that out on my channel, and tune in to next week's Market Watch Monday. I hope you all have a great rest of the week, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.